Okay, let's be real for a second. You see all the headlines about AI, you hear the stories, and you've got some serious and frankly very valid concerns about bringing it into your practice. And you know what? You are absolutely right to be cautious. As a physician, you run on evidence, not on hype. That professional skepticism isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's what keeps your patients safe, and in a world that's changing this fast, it is absolutely the right mindset to have. It's your single greatest defense mechanism. So let's just dive right in and name the elephants in the room, shall we? You're worried about AI just making stuff up, these so-called hallucinations. And I think this is a healthy fear, terrified of a data breach with patient info. And of course, you want to know who in the world is liable when something goes wrong. These are the big ones, the critical questions that absolutely demand answers.
Now, here's what's so interesting. You actually already trust a form of AI every single day. That clinical decision support system built right into your EHR, the one that flags drug interactions or allergies, you trust it. Why? Because it operates with clear, established safety rails. It has governance. And that is a world away from some general consumer-grade AI that's just out there in the wild with no clinical context whatsoever.
And that brings us to the most important point of this whole conversation. The fear shouldn't be about the technology itself. The real, tangible danger is unleashing powerful AI without ironclad, professional-grade governance. Without those safety rails, it's just not an option for a clinical practice. Period. And that is precisely why the PACT Framework exists. Look, this isn't just some clever marketing slogan. It's a rigorous, auditable, executive standard. Think of it as a checklist, a tool that lets you determine with absolute certainty if an AI vendor is safe enough for your patients, for your practice, and most importantly, for your license. So let's break it down starting with P. P is for privacy. We like to call this the vault principle, and it is all about maintaining control. What this really means is that your practice's data has to operate in a completely closed loop. It is never, ever used to train public models. It is never shared with anyone outside. And you always keep the right to delete it whenever you want. Your data stays your data. Full stop. All right, let's move on to A. A is for accountability. And this is a big one. It means shared liability. You should never, ever be the only one holding all the risk. Now, this is where the legal rubber meets the road. Any AI partner you work with must sign a business associate agreement, a BAA, before a single byte of your data is ever touched. A BAA isn't just paperwork, it's a legally binding contract under HIPAA that spells out exactly who's responsible for what. By signing it, the vendor is contractually, legally obligated to share that risk with you. It is your non-negotiable liability shield. Next up, we have C for citations. Think of this one as the truth serum, because it is the ultimate built-in defense against those AI hallucinations we were just talking about. Here's how it works. Every single answer the AI generates has to include a clickable footnote, and that footnote has to link directly back to your specific source material, your protocols, your notes, your own recorded voice. If the AI can't cite the source for an answer, it simply cannot give one. No guessing allowed, ever. And that brings us to our final letter, T, for transparency. We call this the logic check, and its whole purpose is to eliminate that black box problem for good. You have to be able to see the reasoning steps, the play-by-play that the AI agent took to get to a conclusion. You must have full access to complete audit logs. You always have to know the why behind the what. So when you put it all together, it's really just a simple pass-fail audit. Any AI tool you even think about bringing into your practice must score a 4 out of 4 on the PACT standard. Anything less is an immediate failure, and it's just not fit for clinical work. And the result of having such a rigorous standard, it's confidence. Once you have a framework to actually audit for safety, that totally legitimate fear of the unknown, it starts to vanish because you are back in control. So now the question we're left with isn't, is AI safe anymore? The real question, the exciting question, is this. Now that AI is auditable, what will you build? Just imagine a practice where that mountain of admin work just disappears, where you have more time, more focus for your patients, all because that clerical burden is finally gone. See, when safety is established and that fear is removed, you can finally truly move from administrative exhaustion to operational sovereignty. You can start to architect the future of your practice.